The Toledo Sports Arena still buzzing over Amy Chow's 10 on the floor. Next up, Shannon Miller. Now we know she's capable of the same. She did it last week, Julianne, in Lowell.
And she did it with flair. Combination tumbling. She tumbles right out of this front flip into a combination series. Steps out the layout. This is one of many 10s Shannon Miller has received.
Shannon Miller ready to complete her first day of competition. She won the bronze medal at the 1992 Olympics on the floor. And we talked earlier about Dominique Moceanu's growth spurt. Well, Shannon can identify with that. She was 4-6 in Barcelona, 5-1 in Atlanta, but she has used that to give her more power in events like the floor.
Going back out, big, huge steps. And of course, she went out of bounds. That's a 10th for each foot out. So that is a major deduction there.
Even with a perfect score here, she would not be able to catch Amy Chow in this first day of competition, but this certainly won't be a 10. Shannon Miller has a new book out. It's called Winning Every Day. She told us that it's not so much about winning medals, but about feeling like you accomplished something every day of your life. She's been a great ambassador for the sport and a terrific role model for young gymnasts.
So whip half right into a front flip. This, of all the 4 disciplines in women's gymnastics, I think is Shannon's weakest event, although it's hard to say that she's weak on any event. Front full twist.
Not the kind of performance we're used to seeing from Shannon Miller. She says that she is leaving the door open for the Olympics in the year 2000, but only if she can help the team, only if she feels like she could contribute.
It's almost like she knew she lacked some height in the air and tried to overcompensate by pulling the flip around. Let's see if she gets good drive from her arms. She doesn't get great height, but she pulls it around, and her feet come underneath her. Big deductions.
9.75 for Shannon Miller, and that will tie her with Moceanu for second. Last up on the floor now, Lilia Podkopayeva, affectionately called Lily Pod. She is the defending Olympic champion on the floor.
She starts out with a very difficult double front flip. You don't see many of these. Mounted right over it. Oh. She is hurt.
Well, we mentioned earlier that she had ankle surgery back in February to remove bone spurs. And Julianne, you had suspected that she might not have been fully recovered.
Well, she came back so quickly, and now she still seems like she's being very tentative on that foot. She can barely land on it. I'm surprised that she's continuing with this exercise.
Podkopayeva has really been a symbol of national pride in her home country of Ukraine. Quite a celebrity there.
Andrea, it's the nature of the sport for the gymnast to work through pain like this, much like Carrie Strug did in the '96 games in Atlanta.
But in a situation like this, does she risk further injury, though, by continuing?
Sometimes she can, but usually they're the best judge of that. And she obviously has felt good enough to continue.
Well, we had not noticed Lilia limping much here in Toledo, but she is obviously in some pain now after that floor routine.
This has to be very emotional for her after what she's been through coming back from the injury. I wouldn't want to speculate now on what's happened with her ankle, but I doubt she would take the risk of competing tomorrow.
2 more rotations for the women tomorrow. Beam and floor performance.
She just had no height in the air, barely was lucky she rotated as far over as she did.
You can see her not putting any weight at all on that ankle.
And I would have to say that she probably hurt it on the takeoff of that flip.
So it's a 9.0 for Podkapayeva, a disappointing way to end this day of competition, to say the least, and it remains to be seen if this is the last we'll see of her in this competition. So at the end of day 1, here are the standings for the women. A very impressive performance by Amy Chow, 29.9 out of a possible 32 tens gives her the lead. Shannon Miller, faltering on the floor, finds herself in a tie for second with an improving Dominique Moceanu. Scott Lasky is standing by with Amy Chow.
Just another amazing day for Amy Chow. 2 tens last week, 2 more today. Why is everything going so right for you?
I don't know. I'm having a good time with these meets, and but we still have another day, so.
Now, last week, you came into day 2 behind Shannon Miller. Today, you'll be on top for tomorrow. What do you think of that?
Well, it's the same plan. Go out there and try to hit my routines and see how things go.
All right, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Julianne, your final thoughts.
A great all-around performance today by Amy Chow. It's nice to see her get the attention she so deserves. Her gymnastics speaks for itself, but there's still another day to go.
And Peter, on the men's side, it's been all Blaine Wilson.
And no surprises here. Blaine's the clear leader of USA Gymnastics right now. Rings, he makes it look so easy.
And a reminder, tomorrow, the conclusion of the ERA World Professional Gymnastics Championships will crown the champions. Coming up next on CBS Sports, PBA Bowling, it's the Greater Detroit Open. For Julianne McNamara, Peter Vidmar, and Scott Lasky, I'm Andrea Joyce saying so long from Toledo. We'll see you tomorrow.